Today, let's learn some basics about Raja Club Athletic. This is a club from Morocco. Internationally, you're going to hear them called Raja Casablanca. That's based off of their hometown. This is one of the few kits in my collection where I'm not exactly sure what year it came from. Based off of my research, knowing that this is the sponsor in the middle and that it's by Adidas, I'm pretty sure it's from 2013 and made specifically for their Club World Cup run that season. Their home colored jerseys are green, their away jerseys are white, both colors being traditional ones used in Islam, as well as green being predominant in the Moroccan flag, and white being the color of the city of Casablanca. You can pick up a couple things from their badge here. The first being right in the middle, you have a green eagle, that being their nickname, the Green Eagles. You have a count of stars below and above the badge as well. The 3 being the amount of Champions League titles they have on the continent, as well as the large star at the top, counting at least 10 Botola League titles they have to their name, that being the top 5 league in Morocco. Pretty good kit here. I really like this one. It's got good green trim, as well as, since it's Adidas, 3 lines along the edge of the shoulder here and the sleeve, green trim. It fits really well, nice. It's a little heavyweight, but it still breathes pretty well. It's a good kit. It's kind of hard to see here as well, but it's got some good embossing along the lines too. Moroccan League is dominated by 3 different clubs. They've won the majority of the titles. Raja is one of them. The other 2 constitute their rival clubs. The first one to mention is Asfar. This is a club from Rabat, the capital of Morocco. It's a club that was founded specifically for the country's Royal Armed Forces. It's one of the most followed clubs in the country, and the match between the 2 constitutes the country's Classico. The second and big match for the club is the Casablanca Derby. This one's against Wydad Athletic Club. The 2 share the same stadium. This is one of the most world-renowned matches. It's a fiery one, an intense one. If you get a chance to watch it on TV or somehow get to go to Casablanca and watch it, absolutely watch it because it's an intense one. Unlike a lot of different countries around the world where there's a restriction on the percentage of away fans that can go to a match, there isn't one for this one, seeing as many times there's 50% of the stadium are Wydad fans, 50 are Raja fans, making this an intense and fiery one. Absolutely one you need to find. Go look at this one a little further beyond this video. Let's talk about what trophies this club has won, because it's a pretty stacked cabinet. With the star of their badge, I mentioned they'd won at least 10 titles in the Moroccan League. They have a total of 12 Botola titles. They've also won the cup competition in the country, that being the Throne Cup, 8 different times. The 3 stars below the badge, like we mentioned, mean the amount of Champions League titles they've had. They've won in 89, and then their most successful era in 97 and 99 as well. Let's talk about former players. The most successful and important one for Raja, in my opinion, would be Moustawdaa Moustawdaa. This is an attacking midfielder with a great amount of dribbling skill, good goal scorer, as well as playing for the club from 1988 to the year 2000, means that he won all 3 Champions League titles with the club. The other player who could hold that mantle as greatest player in Raja's history would be Abdelmajid Dolmy. Fantastic player in the 70s and 80s, one of the greatest Moroccan players of all time, as well as African players of all time. He played what's now an archaic position in football. It's called a libero, which is Italian for free. It's essentially an additional defender who's not there to man-mark anybody, but there to win the ball once the player goes through with it offensively and then turn it back to his offensive players. It's got to be the smartest player that's on the pitch. You have to see the game before it happens, be able to defensively take the ball from another opponent, and then visually see where you need to send that ball to your offensive players, and at the same time, make sure that nobody in the other team is going to take it off of you. I'd liken him a lot to Franco Baresi, another player that was a libero in Italy at a later part of the century. This is one of the greatest players that's ever played. 2 players in their current squad I want to point out to you are going to start with Yousri Bouzok. He's a winger for the club and a goal-scoring winger. Starting into the season this year, he's already got off to a clip with 4 goals. The second to mention is Zakaria El Wardi, an important midfielder in the center of the park for Raja. That's your rundown on Raja Club Athletic, known as Raja Casablanca internationally, from Morocco.